Okay, we are live. Hopefully everybody's doing good today. Today's going to be just agent-centric. So this is going to be just for real estate agents. So if you're not, this video is not going to be for you. So tune into this video. Today it's going to discuss the 5 things agents should try to avoid to help change their business in a positive way. Again, this is going to be my professional opinion and kind of how I've helped train agents on my team and who's come through on my team. So stay tuned. Okay, so that was my new intro. So check it out on they're all going to be ripped to podcasts as well. So we're doing pretty good on there. I've had 3 shows go to the podcast, and we're already getting a lot of downloads there. So I'm pretty excited about that. So, all right. So today's video is going to cover 5 things that either new or experienced agents should go ahead and try to avoid in order to help their real estate career. We see a lot of real estate agents come into this business and just fail miserably, right? Or they're running ragged constantly. I don't know how many agents. I think Aaron and I have talked to a lot of agents who are interested in EXP just in the last week and a half, and they continuously, just explain how their life and is just so hectic, right? And how it's just a constant roller coaster, right? But then they don't do things they should do, right? They let other people influence them, and they just kind of run off the seat of their pants, and it's just never going to get good for them. So, all right, so these 5 are just 5 that I feel are pretty important to most agents. There's no in more important order. I just pick 5 that I feel like will help an agent out there. So hopefully this will help you if you're a new agent. So let's start with number 1. Agents pick firms over teams. Okay, so look, I know I'm a team leader, so I'm going to be a little bit more partial there, I guess. But even just the other day, I was listening to another top agent. He's also EXP. He's out of California. I would suggest watching a lot of his YouTube and his podcasts and his shows. His name is Kyle Whissel. So Kyle Whissel even said, look, if he was moving to a new area, so now Kyle Whissel's team, they sell 500-600 houses, could be more. So if you're watching this, Kyle, I don't know off the top of my head, but I know it was like over 500 or so, but they're out of San Diego in that area, right? So he said, even if he moved today to a different state, he would join a real estate team versus going out and trying to do it all on his own in a different market. So if he's selling that many houses and really has honed in on how to do it, his team is well orchestrated machine out there. They do videos. They have, videographer, support staff. He's got it going on. If he's going to join a team, that should tell all you agents something, right? Leave your ego out of it. And what I say is teams over firms because everything's crunched down, right? So I was in the military, and when you're if you're in a company, you're in a platoon, right? So in the platoon, it's more tight, tight group. You're trained more based on your group. When you start going bigger and bigger and bigger, it's not going to be the same training or the same attention as a new agent. And agents are duped by these firms who say, we've got training. Bull crap. They don't. And majority, they do not have training. They're going to say, hey, watch this video, or hey, come to our Tuesday meetings. And then the owner of the company or the broker in charge of the company is going to provide some kind of training or bring somebody in like a home warranty guy, or those are important. You should do those type trainings, but it's not going to help your business. So understand that, agents. If you go to a team, you're at least going to have some kind of structure. Okay. Some teams are better than others. Absolutely. right? You're going to have structure. You're going to have accountability. You're going to have somebody to lean on all the time. You have other team members to do things with. You're going to have listings to market already. All right. Now you go to a firm, you're going to have listings to market too within the firm, but you're not going to have all the other things I just mentioned in the sense of as readily available to you. Don't let them fool you. It's not true. I mean, they always say they got training, right? Half the time, even if you go to the training, you realize the training is not that good. And really it's out of touch and it doesn't really get into details of how to do things. So I would always say pick a team over a firm. I'm telling you, if you come to my team, you're going to get one-on-one attention all the time. Anytime you need it, you're going to get team members to work with you. We're going to teach you how to lead, produce, and run your business. Guaranteed. I've done it with numerous agents. And I may not have the same relationship with those agents that I once had for whatever reasons, but some I have great relationship with still. But every one of them left my team producing more. Every one of them have produced more and are still doing well. Still doing well. Okay, so that says something. All right, let's go to the next thing. So I got them up here on the board. Scheduling your day. Okay, look, here's the biggest thing that agents are just terrible at. Even experienced agents, I talk to all the time, and they just seem like they can't get their day scheduled. And I know that because when I'm doing transactions with agents, they're doing transactions all day. Right? They're not lead producing. They're not prospecting. They're just trying to manage their transaction. Right. And then they get mad at agents who are scheduled. Like I don't generally even I don't touch anything administrative until the afternoon, due diligence repairs, anything admin related, like looking at, reviewing, signing, going over. I don't want to touch any of that till the afternoon, but I'm in deals with agents and all morning long, they hit me up. What about this? What about that? Because they're managing their transaction. And then they think that the experienced agents, or the scheduled agents, they don't know what they're doing. Oh, I can hardly get them. No, we're just scheduled, man. We're just scheduled. We have things we're doing every day throughout the day and to try to stay on it, right? That's how you accomplish more. We can have Aaron and I, again, I was telling you, we're meeting a lot of agents talking about EXP. Both agents that were going to meet with us and wanted to talk to us were late. And one just couldn't even meet. She kept, I got to meet a buyer now. I got to go to a home inspection. Don't go to home inspections, by the way. If you're going to home inspections for your buyers to stand there for 3 hours, you know how much money you're wasting hourly? Just ridiculous. Don't do that. I know some agents, I take care of my clients. Look, taking care of clients is one thing. You're going to get the report and you've hired a home inspector. That's great. You're taking care of them. Don't be standing out in the yard looking at the home inspector while he's doing it. Can you let me know any major issues? That's ridiculous. You're wasting your time. You're going to get the major issues. You're going to get the report. Or he or she could call you when they're leaving the house. But for you as an agent to be out there, you're wasting your time and you're running in circles and it's not money-making activities for you. Okay, so schedule your day. You should be coming in the mornings doing certain things. Then in afternoons doing certain things. You shouldn't be blending everything throughout your day, all day. Agents are doing it every day, and that's why our failure rate is like 88% because they can't get their stuff scheduled at all. Okay, so that's number 2. Schedule your day effectively and try to be on time. If you're not on time to talk to other agents about a career move or office move, or even just to be a real estate agent, maybe join a team. If you can't do that, who wants to hire you? I wouldn't want to hire people who are consistently late. Me being successful as I am, that's one of my pet peeves. I hate being late. I try never to be late. It's just a pet peeve. I think you should always be on time for sure early. All right. So that's number 2. Number 3. All right. Here's one that's going to be controversial. And a lot of people are going to maybe disagree with me, but it's what it is. Don't sit duty. Agents out there are sitting duty. And they're like, sitting duty here. Look, it's a waste of time for most agents. Here's why. That is set up for the firm to have somebody to answer the phone. You realize that, right? You're there to answer the phone for the firm. Most of the calls, if you want to agree or disagree with me or not, are rental calls. And again, if you want to be that agent to take those rentals and you think you can convert to buyers, or you just want to take rentals, so go get it. Go get it. A lot of times, I would say in my time, it's a waste of time to be there. I can take you, if you come to my team, I'll take you on my team and I will teach you how to lead generate instead of sitting on duty. Now, listen, when I first started in real estate, what I did do is I sat on model home duty in neighborhoods. But when I sat out there, I specifically prospected, called my SOI, emailed, and went after listings while I was there. So I used the model home as my office. Okay. And at the same time, I was there to meet people as they're coming in the neighborhood. That's a little different. When you're sitting model home duty in the office of the firm, waste of time. You could be doing way better, but you don't know what you're doing. That's why. And nobody wants to admit it. Agents out there like, oh, I know what I'm doing. Like, especially people, oh, I've been in doing this 3 years. And you can just tell based on their transactions or being in transaction with them, they're unscheduled. They don't know what they're doing daily. They're not in the office every day. So nothing is scheduled. Everything's just off the cuff. They wake up and figure out, I'm just going to do this today. All right. That's just unfortunate, but that's our career. So again, sitting duty for a firm, you're there to answer their phones and you're there to work the rental leads that they give you. That's the truth. It's just the truth. Sorry. It's what it is. All right. Number 4, focus on listings. I see agents every day. I can name 2 right off the bat. All they do is market other people's listings, and dum-dums are letting them do it. And here's why I think it. Listen, you need to be a listing agent to be a top performer producer in this market. I only know of one person in this market, maybe 2, that have been top agents and mostly are buyer's agents. But that's a run and gun type deal. Both of those agents, their personalities are tough and they are go-getters. They hustle, they're making calls, and they can juggle that. Most agents can't juggle 10, 15 buyers at one time. But guess what you can do? You could take 10 or 15 listings, okay, and let other agents go out there and drive around and show your listings, right, and hustle and work late. You get the listings. If you learn how to focus on listings, you'll be in better shape. Again, something that I have lived by since I started. I learned that very early, and that's all I focus on is trying to get listings. And I do help buyers, but again, majority of my business is listings, and my team that's what I teach my team. And they do a very great job at doing that. And it saves them time, gives them leverage, and it leverages their time. They're home with their families more, and they're able to do more because they're focused on listings. I'm not saying you turn on buyers. I'm just saying there's agents out there I see every day on Facebook. Here's a new listing. It's not their listing. They're posting other listings, which is okay. They could do that. It's not a bad thing to do that, but that tells me they're not really focused on the business and trying to be a better real estate agent and try to be a listing agent. They want to take somebody else's listing and somebody else's work to try to gain leads from it. That's what they're doing. And the other agents are allowing them to do that. And if you're a team leader and you're allowing other agents to market your team's listings, dude, you shouldn't. You should let your team focus on those listings. That's how you give your team extra leads, sign calls, right? So again, but there's agents out there, that's all they're doing, marketing other people's listings. And most of the time, those buyers that call on those listings don't buy that listing. So that agent isn't selling it. Like they think, oh, well, that's another agent who's going to market my property. Most of the time, that agent doesn't bring that buyer and they don't even buy that property, but they get a buyer from it. Why are you doing that to yourself? Working hard to get the listing. You market it. You dual side it. You get two commissions, right? No, people, they're letting other agents market their stuff all the time. All right. So what was that? Number 4. All right. Number 5. Don't try to recreate everything, right? Agents, this is what they do. Even when they join teams, they want to recreate everything that the team leader or even their mentor has done successful. Don't try to recreate it. Use your own little twist on it in a sense of like, look, if you're not a caller, but you're a texter, maybe text leads, maybe send video message to leads, things like that. Yeah, but ultimately, don't try to recreate the wheel with processes and and how you go about things and what you say. Because I see it all the time. New agents haven't done anything. They come in and they try to recreate everything, and they don't even know the business, or they haven't been consistent with trying to learn how it was taught to them. So don't recreate it. Try to do the basics, and then try to stick to the basics and just learn them really, really good, and then get going. And not for a week and then change it. We had an agent tell us here one time. She said, she's been with us like a week or so, right? She did not stay on the team. We parted ways, which is fine. But she came in and said she was been there like 2 weeks. She hasn't done much of anything. She wasn't listening to training. She wasn't showing up at certain parts of the day. Scheduling was off. Everything was really off. And she just said, "Yeah, I got to change things up." Change things up. You haven't even started things. You got to start them first before you change them. And you got to be consistent a little bit to see if they work for you, or what isn't working or what is, right? So again, let's go over those real quick. Number one, agents should look at teams versus firms first. Way more smaller teams, they're going to train you better. You're going to still get leads. You're going to have listings to market. You're going to have some structure. You have some accountability. Most firms, there's no accountability, right, at all. And training wise is a big F. It just is. I've been to a number of firms. All right. So that's number one. Number two, schedule your day effectively. Don't let your clients run you. Schedule your buyers, your sellers, your appointments, your marketing. Schedule them and then do them. Don't say, "Oh, I'm just too busy." No, you're not too busy. Trust me. Trust me. There's agents out there that are doing 100 more transactions than you. They get it all done. Right? And that's just because they prioritize and they schedule their day. So schedule your time effectively. Number three, stop sitting duty. Waste of time. If you sit duty on a model home in new construction, and then use that duty home as a prospecting, calls, lead generating place for you, like your own office. Don't waste it and sit there and wait for buyers and say, "This sucks." Well, yeah, it sucks. Do something about it, right? Do something about it. So don't just sit duty. And for sure, I wouldn't sit duty in a firm in their desks. It's there to answer the phones, right? All right. Number four, focus on listings more than buyers. Just try to hone in and try to get listings. If you can focus that way, it will help you. You could do a lot with the listing versus one buyer. Not much you could do with that one buyer, but with one listing, you could do a lot. All right. And last but not least, don't try to recreate everything. Even if you're an experienced agent and you're a little bit successful, don't try to recreate something who's, somebody's trying to teach you something that's way more successful than you. That's what real estate's crazy, man. Agents out there, the egos are crazy, right? You have to have an ego, and you got to be a little bit of, confident in things you do to be a top agent, but you should always be coachable and, just don't try to recreate everything. Go with the flow of what's taught to you based on somebody who's more successful, or somebody that you're trying to be like, or by production, or be like as a person, whatever it is. Just follow in line. Trust me, it can work for you. All right. So, all right, I took long enough. That was 18 minutes. I was trying to do it in 15 minutes, but 18 minutes. So hopefully that helps some agents out there, gives them some ideas. And I know some people are not going to agree with me, and some people are like, "God, what an ass he is, how he says it." I'm just going to be honest with you, and I'm going to try. I always try to help agents no matter what. So again, have a great day. Have a better week. And yeah, take care, guys.